Yeah, good morning, dear students. Last class we have started the module 4, that is investment decision. So under investment decision, last class itself we have discussed there are many techniques available for taking the investment decision, or this technique we can also called as capital budgeting techniques. So here mainly we have traditional techniques as well as modern techniques. Under traditional techniques we have payback period, we have accounting rate of return. That traditional technique is also called as non-discounted techniques. Non-discounted technique means non-discounting technique means uh, we are not using any techniques of time value of money. Tables, especially the present value tables, we are not referring for payback period as well as for accounting rate of return. Then we have modern techniques or discounted techniques or discounting techniques. So under modern techniques we have NPV, that is net present value, we have profitability index, we have IRR, that is internal rate of return, we have modified internal rate of return, then we have discounted payback period. So one by one we will discuss. And last class we have seen the theoretical part of payback period plus one or two problems we have discussed in the previous class. In today's class I will continue the explanation part relating to payback period as well as discounted payback period. Payback period comes under traditional techniques, discounted payback period comes under modern techniques. We will discuss together. So we'll begin the problem. So till where we have solved, this one we have finished, this one we have finished. Yeah. Problem number 3. Everyone concentrate, use the calculator, follow the instruction. Initial cost of the project is 1 lakh and net cash flows are given below. So initial cost means original investment, that is 1 lakh rupees. Net cash flow means, remember, net cash flow means all the adjustment already done. Once again you need not do any adjustment. That means you need not deduct depreciation, you need not deduct tax, you need not add tax portion, depreciation portion also. Therefore net cash inflow means final figure, that means no adjustment to be done after that. So directly given net cash inflow, year 1 2 3 4 cash flow 20,000, 40,000, 70,000 and 20,000. See, this is cumulative cash inflow. Why it is cumulative cash inflow? Every year different amount is given, therefore it is cumulative, sorry, not cumulative cash flow, I am sorry, this is uneven cash flow. Uneven cash flow means every year different amount is given, therefore it is called as uneven cash flow. Even cash flow means every year same amount will be given. So this is uneven cash flow. Uneven cash flow means under payback period we have to follow cumulative method. So calculate payback period. If the standard payback period is 3 years, you have to take the decision based on the standard payback period. Standard payback period is given 3 years. So we'll go to the solution part. See, this is cumulative method. Here as it is you write 1 2 3 4. Cash flow, no adjustment to be done. Why? Because it is net cash inflow. Otherwise tax information not given in the problem, depreciation information not given in the problem, therefore that adjustment you cannot do. That is the one assumption. Otherwise net cash inflow is given means that is the final figure. Therefore for payback period calculation we are using net cash flow after tax but before depreciation. But in this problem tax information is not there, depreciation information is not there, therefore as it is you have to take net cash inflow. Then the cumulative method you do it. How to do cumulative cash flows? Take first year cash flow as it is 20,000, then 20,000 plus 40,000 60,000, 60,000 plus 70,000 1,30,000, 1,30,000 plus 20,000 1,50,000. Now very important, see in the which year, what is our original investment? 1 lakh is our original investment. So in which year we have recovered our original investment? See, in the third year we have recovered our investment amount. So you have to circle like this. I hope you can see the circle here. Hemant, can you see the circle for the third year?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, like that you have to do in your solution part also. That means in the third year we are recovering our investment amount. This is the base year. Now write the formula. Payback period is equal to, formula here not written, but still I am reading the formula. Payback period is equal to year before full recovery plus unrecovered amount of investment divided by cash flows during the year. That is the formula. You have the formula list. Now, year before full recovery. See, in the third year we have recovered full investment amount. 1 year before means we have to take second year, that is year before full recovery. Second year plus unrecovered amount of investment. Now we have to check only the second year before full recovery only you have to check second year. In the second year, how much you have recovered? 60,000. But actually how much you have to recover? 1 lakh rupees. That is your investment amount. Take the difference. 1 lakh and 60,000 difference is 40,000. Your investment amount minus how much you have recovered in the previous year, that is 60,000. So 1 lakh minus 60,000, 40,000 you have to take, that is unrecovered amount of investment divided by cash flows during the year. This part, see, in which year we have circled, that year cash flow you have to take 70,000. Now calculation, direct calculation, 40,000 divided by 70,000 plus 2. So answer is 2.571 year. Don't forget to write the year. This is very, very important. So payback period answer is 2.5 year. What is the standard payback period given in the problem? 3 year. Now what is your decision? Accept the project. Why you have to accept the project? Because calculated payback period is less than standard payback period. Calculated payback period is less than standard payback period means accept the project. Therefore we are accepting the project. So that means, what is the meaning? See, in the second year you recovered 60,000 and another half year if you are getting means you can recover 1 lakh rupees. But in the third year you recovered 1 lakh 30,000. That we don't want. Now we are checking how many years needed for recovering your original investment. So for recovering original investment of rupees 1 lakh, we need 2 year full as well as another half year, maybe 2.5 years we need for recovering our investment amount. So this is the problem. We'll go to the next problem. Next problem, that is the fourth problem. Initial cost of the project is rupees 2 lakh. What is that? Investment amount 2 lakh and uniform cash flow. Try to understand what do you mean by uniform cash flow. Every year same cash flow. So 40,000, that is even cash flow. Uniform cash flow is 40,000 for 8 years. For 8 years continuously your profit will be 40,000. Compute payback period. So first of all, this is even cash flow. Even cash flow means, what is the formula? Payback period is equal to original investment divided by constant cash flow after tax. CFAT means cash flow after tax but before depreciation. But here tax information is not given, depreciation information is not given. Therefore we are assuming whatever cash inflow is given, that is the final figure. Therefore tax you cannot deduct, depreciation you cannot deduct, you cannot add depreciation. So this is the final answer, 40,000. Now apply the formula, even cash flow. Payback period is equal to original investment divided by constant cash flow after tax. Original investment is 20 lakh, constant cash flow is 40,000. So answer is 5 years. Answer is 5 years. So payback period answer is 5 years. So exactly we need 5 years to recover our investment amount of 2 lakh rupees. Next problem. See, in this problem we will discuss both payback period as well as discounted payback period. Try to understand. for discounted payback period, it is comes under modern techniques. Modern techniques means we need a table for calculating the discounted payback period. Table means present value table we need, because the discounted technique is nothing but calculation of present value. Therefore, for discounted payback period, we need a present value table. Yeah, we'll discuss the problem. Project P and Q, two projects are there. Project P and Q involves with the same outlay of rupees 4,000 each. Outlay means investment amount. Listen, outlay means investment amount. That means for project P as well as for project Q, original investment will be 4,000 rupees. The opportunity cost of capital is 10%. See, for payback period, this 10% is not important. Why? Because we are not referring any table for payback period calculation, but for discounted payback period we need this 10%. For referring the table we need this 10%. Next, cash flow for the project is given below. Once again, tax information not given, depreciation information not given. So what you have to assume? You have to assume whatever cash inflows are given, it is the final figure. That means no adjustment to be done. You cannot do the adjustment also. Reason, depreciation is not given, tax information is not given in the problem. Now here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Listen carefully. Whatever amount given in bracket means that is investment amount. Bracket means minus symbol. What do you mean by the minus symbol? Last semester in accountancy we have studied in cash flow statement, minus figure means cash outflow. What do you mean by cash outflow? Money goes out from the business. So investment amount is also money goes out from the business. Therefore 4,000 is the initial investment that is given also here. So that is 4,000 investment amount given in the bracket. Next, these are all cash inflows. 3,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. For project Q, first year not there. Next year 4,000, 1,000, 2,000. Once again it is uneven cash flow. Every year different cash flows are given. Now you have to calculate payback period as well as discounted payback period. Now, first I am doing for the project P. First I am doing the solution for project P. I am doing discounted payback period first. Listen, it is the discounted payback period comes under modern techniques. Very simple, same method we are doing. So first year 1, 2, 3, 4, 0 year don't take, because 0 year is nothing but investment here. So year 1, 2, 3, 4, cash flow after tax as it is you take 3,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. Now this is the extra column, because discounted payback period is nothing but, it is also called as discounted techniques or modern techniques. Here we are referring the table. Which table we are referring? We are referring the present value table. Therefore you have to refer present value table at 10% given in the problem. Opportunity cost of capital is 10%. So you have to refer the table at 10%. Which table you have to refer? PVF table you have to refer. 10% for the first year, 0.909. 10% for the second year. If you have the table means you just to cross verify this figure. 10% for the third year, 10% for the fourth year. Then multiply 3,000 into this much, 1,000 into this much, 1,000 into this one, 1,000 into 0.683. You will get cash flows. Now you do the cumulative, same method. Whatever we followed for payback period method, same method you have to do. Cumulative. How to do cumulative method? 2727 as it is you write. Next to 2727 plus 826, that is 3,553 plus 751, 4,304 plus 683. So cumulative you do it. Now what is our investment amount? Our investment is 4,000 rupees. Now in which year we recovered our original investment We recovered original investment in which year? In the third year we recovered. So circle. See, circle like this. For the third year you have recovered your investment amount 4,304. Now formula same for discounted payback period also, formula we are using same. Discounted payback period is equal to year before full recovery plus unrecovered amount of investment divided by cash flows during the year. So third year we recovered 4,304. 1 year before means you have to take 2 year plus year before full recovery. Year before full recovery 2 year. Unrecovered amount of investment means you have to stay in the second year itself, year before full recovery. So how much you recovered in the previous year? 3,553. But actually how much you have to recover? 4,000 you have to recover. Take the difference. 4,000 minus 3,553. 4,000 minus 3,553, that is 447. That you write. Divided by cash flows during the year. This one, cash flows during the year. In which year you have recovered the investment, that cash flows you have to take 751. Don't take 1,000, take after discounted value, that is 751 you have to take. So 447 divided by 751 plus 2. So answer is 2.60 year. Which answer it is? Discounted payback period answer. Next, for the same project you are using the traditional method. Traditional method means which method? Payback period method. So directly calculation. Year 1, 2, 3, 4. Cash flow 3,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. Cumulative do it. 3,000 as it is. 3,000 plus 1,000, 4,000. 4,000 plus 1,000, 5,000. 5,000 plus 1,000, 6,000. What is our investment amount? Our investment amount is 4,000. In which year you recovered investment amount? You recovered in the second year. See, now it is very clear. You need not apply the formula also. Exact 4,000 you have recovered in the second year. So what is the answer payback period? Exactly 2 years. That means you need exactly 2 years to recover your original investment of rupees 4,000. Otherwise apply the formula. Second year is a circle year because in with this year you have recovered your investment account. 1 year before means 1, that is the first year, year before full recovery, plus 3,000 you recovered in the previous year. So difference between 3,000 and 4,000, it is 1,000 divided by cash flows during the year, 1,000. So if you apply the formula also, you will get the exact 2 years. Otherwise here itself you can identify in the second year you are recovering the 4,000 rupees. So this is discounted payback period as well as payback period calculation for project P. Now I am doing calculation for project Q. Try to understand here. Together I have done the solution part, but if this part is confusion means do it separately, not a problem. Separately means I will explain. I will concentrate for discounted payback period first. Everyone listen carefully because slight confusion is there here because this solution we have done for the both the method. So now I am explaining discounted payback period. Discounted payback period means take year cash flow after tax. First year nil, second year 4,000, 1,000, 2,000. Now don't do the cumulative method because this cumulative method is for payback period. You do it this method, PVF. Nil, PVF 10% for the first year, 0.909. Anything if you multiply nil value into 0.909 means it is nil only. Next 0.826 table value into 4,000, that is 3,304. 0.751 into 1,000, this value. 0.683 into 2,000, this value. Now you do the cumulative. First year is nil means write nil only. Nil plus 3,304, 3,304 plus 751, 4,055 plus 1,366, 5,421. Now for discounted payback period, in which year you have recovered the investment amount? In which year you have recovered the investment amount now? In the third year. In the third year you have recovered the investment amount for discounted payback period. Now discounted payback period, year before full recovery. Third year you recovered full, 1 year before means second year, plus unrecovered amount of investment. In the second year you recovered 3,304, but actually how much you have to recover? 4,000. So difference between 4,000 and 3,304, it is 696 divided by cash flows during the year, this one 751, cash flows during the year. Take. So discounted payback period answer is 2.93 years, discounted payback period. Now separately do the calculation for payback period. What is the, how many columns for payback period? First column year, next column cash flow after tax, next column cumulative method. Next, cumulative method. Now do the cumulative. First year nil, second year nil plus 4,000, 4,000, 4,000 plus 1,000, 5,000, 5,000 plus 2,000, 7,000. Now in which year you have recovered the investment amount? You have recovered in the second year investment amount. Now again fraction is not there. Why? Because original investment is 4,000. In exactly 2 years you have recovered your investment amount. Therefore payback period answer is 2 year. Otherwise you can apply the formula also. Year before full recovery, that is first year, plus last year you have recovered nil. Actually how much you have to recover? 4,000 you have to recover. So unrecovered amount of investment is 4,000 divided by cash flows during the year, this one 4,000. So answer is 2 year. This is the calculation of payback period as well as the discounted payback period. Yeah, we'll go to the problem. This is the last problem under payback period calculation. I hope you have understood the discounted payback period as well as payback period calculation. This is slightly different problem, but easy problem. We will read the problem. Last problem. A company is considering expanding its production. It can go either for automatic machine costing rupees 2,24,000. See, automatic machine original investment is 2,24,000 with an estimated life of 5 years. Estimated life is given, means that is for calculating the depreciation. So for calculating the depreciation, estimated life of the year is 5 years, and ordinary machine costing rupees 60,000. Here two machines are there. One is automated machine, original investment is 2,24,000. Another one is ordinary machine, original investment is 60,000. Having estimated life of year is 8 years. This is for calculating the depreciation. Estimated life of the year for ordinary machine 8 years. The annual sales and cost are estimated as follows. Question itself, sales figure as well as cost is given in the problem in order to calculate the profit. This is a problem part only, not the solution. First one is automated machine, next one is the ordinary machine. Sales is given 1,50,000, 1,50,000. Material, it is an expenses, it is a variable cost, 50,000, 50,000. Labor also variable cost, variable overhead is a variable expenses. Assume tax rate is 50%, calculate payback period. Now try to understand, depreciation information is given, tax information is given. That means all the adjustment you have to do, because for calculating the payback period, what we need cash flow after tax but before depreciation. So this is the problem. You have to calculate the payback period and you have to select either automated machine or ordinary machine. So solution, first I am doing the calculation for depreciation. What is the formula for depreciation? Here depreciation percentage is not given. Therefore you have to calculate the depreciation by applying the formula. You know how to calculate depreciation. Original investment minus scrap value divided by lifetime of the asset. Automated machine, what is the original investment? 2,24,000. Scrap value is not given, nil. Lifetime of the asset 5 years for automated machine. So depreciation is 44,800. Ordinary machine, original investment 60,000, scrap value nil or salvage value is nil. Lifetime of the asset is maybe 8 years. Yes. So depreciation is 7,500. Depreciation calculation is done. Next, in order to calculate the payback period, we need this. What we need? We need cash flow after tax but before depreciation. How to calculate cash flow after tax but before depreciation? Sales is given, so it is an income. Write first sales. Then deduct all variable cost. Material is given, deduct. Labor is given, deduct. Variable overhead is given in the problem, deduct. So sales minus variable cost is equal to what? See here one underline is there. Try to understand this one. Here one underline is there. Yeah. Sales minus variable cost is equal to contribution, again minus fixed cost is equal to what? It is profit, or that profit we called as EBDT, that is earning before depreciation and tax. Now first what you have to deduct? You have to deduct depreciation first. So we have already calculated depreciation 44,800 and 7,500. Deduct. So if you deduct depreciation means what you will get? You will get EBT. EBDT minus depreciation is equal to EBT. That is 64,000 minus 44,800, 20,000 minus 7,500. Then you deduct the tax portion, 50% tax for this amount. 19,200 into 50%, 12,500 into 50%. So deduct that also. What you will get? You will get PAT or EAT. So same value. Then add depreciation. Same depreciation you add back. Finally, we are getting this amount, that is cash flow after tax but before depreciation. Now tell me, this is whether even cash flow or uneven cash flow? This is even cash flow. Why? Because for automated machine only one cash flow we have. For ordinary machine we have only one cash flow. So we are assuming that is even cash flow. It is not the case of uneven cash flow. Uneven cash flow means different year they will give, different profit they will give. But here we have only one profit for automated machine, we have one profit for ordinary machine. Therefore it is a even cash flow. Yeah, finally calculation. Payback period, automated machine as well as ordinary machine. Formula for payback period: original investment divided by cash flow after tax. Ordinary machine, original investment divided by cash flow after tax. Original investment 2,24,000, cash flow after tax. We got the final answer, that is that answer 54,400. So answer is 4.117 years. For ordinary machine, 60,000 divided by 13,750, it is 4.363 years. Now which one is better? Shorter payback period is always better. Therefore automated machine is better. Therefore which project you have to accept, or which machine you have to accept? You have to accept automated machine under payback period calculation. So this is the solution part relating to payback period as well as discounted payback period. Now we have finished one traditional technique as well as one modern techniques. Payback period we have finished, discounted payback period we have finished. So in the next class I will concentrate another traditional technique, that is ARR. ARR means accounting rate of return. One more name for accounting rate of return is average rate of return. So this is the solution part. Now any doubt is there means you can ask. And same this video, whatever the online class we conducted now, the same video I will upload in the YouTube, and YouTube link I will forward to you in the WhatsApp group, so that you can go through once again. Any doubt is there means you can ask. Yeah, now any doubt is there means you can ask.